Hier sind wir wieder bei Honkai Starrail in Penacony mit nämlich so einem Maskerade im Duett. Und ja, diesmal Probe-Story laufen mit Schwarzer Schwan. Wann haben wir die lilane Karte?
So why are you so focused on Sparkle's challenge? Or should I ask, are you more focused on Sparkle herself?
Und ich frag mich so bei Genshin, irgendwie die lila gekleideten Frauen haben immer diese Strümpfe da.
I told you, it's purely out of a spirit of competitiveness. And as a memo keeper, I also have to fulfill my responsibilities and harvest some interesting memories.
Ah, da hinten. Ah, da war ich ja gar nicht da hinten, oder?
Become part of the family. Raise a glass and enjoy feast.
Whoa, this place is a complete mess. And those two weirdos are probably here too.
There's nobody else at the scene. Seems like Miss Sparkle used the same method to send dreamers back to reality.
A
Let's
clock with
talk to those two there, then.
a clock with a beard.
Oh, Detective Black Swan and Detective Sampo! You finally made it! We don't know what we'd do without your help.
Die Stimme passt gar nicht zu deinem Bart.
Why are you talking like that? Is this some sort of artistic performance that young people are into these days?
Is there something wrong with the way we are talking? Deputy Sheriff, am I talking in a strange way? Oh, of course not, Sheriff. The way you talk is no stranger than the cat that climbs the apple tree in my grandma's backyard.
Huh. The skit this time is a modernist one.
Let's discuss this difficult case then. The victim is a galactic business magnate named Sparkle.
Her again? Sparkle really is obsessed with scripting her own death.
Oh, for the laughter. If you undercut me one more time, I swear I'm gonna kick you in the butt. Ahem. Miss Sparkle came to the fashion store to buy herself a brand new tie. She didn't come back out. After a long time, the shopkeeper went in to see what was going on, but instead discovered Miss Sparkle's body. She had been strangled to death. There were 3 suspects on the scene, namely a Papashi shopkeeper named Wright, a Foxian gambler named Zhang Shan, and a wealthy Intellitron trader called Lefton.
Our old friends.
It's not just to aid your memory. We've added more descriptions to help tell them apart. Miss Sparkle is so gracious. Based on surveillance footage, witness testimony, and various pieces of evidence, the killer is ultimately among these 3, and they were not working in cahoots.
You're too lazy to be a suspect, right?
Oh, for the laughter! If I talk anymore with you, it'll make my pure soul filthy! Detective Black Swan, the dossiers are over here. You can learn more about the suspects from me. I trust you'll be able to cut through the hogwash and find out who Miss Sparkle's killer is.
Ich habe schon aufgehört zuzuhören, weil die Stimmen passen nicht zu den Charakteren.
Let me introduce the identities of these suspects to you. It's very straightforward. First of all is the shopkeeper, Wright. He's one of the Papashi people and only stands as tall as Sparkle's waist, which is often a source of teasing for him. He can get pretty salty about it. Next up, you have the merchant Lefton. He wants to join up with the Penacony Trading Guild and is in direct competition with Miss Sparkle. That could be a motive for killing her. Finally, there is the gambler Zhang Shan. He lost a bet to Miss Sparkle, and he had to hand over his family heirloom. It's possible he harbored a grudge against her. That's all the information we have. Do you need me to repeat it?
That won't be necessary. I remember it all. And there's the tie.
That skit before said that the deceased was strangled. Is this tie some kind of joke murder weapon?
The tag on the tie reads, "Only for Imperial Master Lefton." Seems like it's one of Miss Sparkle's personal belongings.
That's not how you use the word imperial.
Shampoo, ey. I swear to God. Ach, hier ist auch so ein TV? Ah, okay, dann merke ich mir nächstes Mal. Hallo?
There's an accounting book lying on the ground. It must have been specially placed there by Sparkle.
On the title page is written Chen Katong. Is that someone's name? A code name. Oh, I think it's the name of the owner of this book.
This Jian Katong person should be Sparkle's targeted victim this time around.
So. Und wieder Halles Abenteuer.
So,
Ach, Entschuldigung.
it's just like the first case then. Only 2 pieces of evidence. The rest hidden inside her memories again, right?
Miss Sparkle doesn't want to distract your investigation.
She doesn't want to distract our investigation? What a law-abiding citizen this Sparkle is. Why doesn't she surrender then?
So, wieder Hanus Abenteuer. Muss ich mich zurückverwandeln? Ah. Ach, ich kann die Treppe nicht hochlaufen. Na, was für Scheiße. Okay, ich muss echt... ey! Guck doch mal an, der kann doch da einfach hochklettern, ey. Ja, Mann. Einmal zu den Beweisen.
What's that smell? Why is there a smoked red herring there?
Mr. Sampo, take a look. This is a wonderful smoked red herring.
Somebody save me from this cringe joke.
Even among the fools I know, Miss Sparkle's sense of humor stands out from the rest.
Have you dealt with many masked fools before?
No, only a handful. After all, I prefer warm memories baked in sunshine. They're the ones that usually belong to kind people.
So.
A little stool that seems quite normal. There are 2 small footprints drawn on it in crayon.
The footprints, which are half as big as standard, must belong to a Pepeshi person.
Perhaps it's just that this person's drawing skills are extraordinary.
Extraordinary. Kann ich von hier? Nein. Ich muss mich teleportieren. Und auf zur.
This clock is...
Open it up and take a look.
Oh, there's a ring inside. This is evidence too. Why was it planted inside another device?
Because this ring was found inside the victim's mouth. We want to reconstruct the scene of the crime.
In the victim's mouth.
Hey, there's something engraved inside the ring. Zhongshan family heirloom. That should be it. Let's head out.
I have to thank you, Mr. Assistant Detective, but the puzzle this time is pretty strange.
Have you found out who the killer is?
Just some shallow intuition. Anyway, let's report back to the sheriff for now.
Oh, for the laughter! Didn't think I'd be seeing Detective Black Swan so soon. Was that? You found out who the killer is?
Pretty much.
You live up to your reputation, Detective Black Swan. As smart as the nest of magpies roosting in the roof of my Uncle Frank's garage.
This guy is mixing up his birds here.
Then go ahead. Who is the killer, and what evidence do you have to prove the case?
In my opinion, there is no murderer for this case.
What do you mean by that?
This stool is a piece of evidence, right?
That's right! That's the one! Miss Sparkle's business failed, and she was on the brink of bankruptcy. As she passed by her regular fashion store, she ran into her old nemesis, the bullying shopkeeper from the store, and the gambler whose life she'd ruined. And those three all looked happier than her! Miss Sparkle's ego wouldn't allow that to happen. And so she stole Lefton's tie, placed Zhongshan's ring in her mouth, stepped up onto the stool, and hanged herself from a beam in Wright's shop. And her motive was to try and frame all three of them. What a tragedy! If it weren't for your incisive detective work, the three suspects would all be facing grave injustice.
Is something wrong here? This is too easy. The first case wasn't hard, but this one...
As you can imagine, the conclusions that the evidence points to are not mutually exclusive. Which means, this is probably another prank from Miss Sparkle. Mr. Assistant Detective, please feel free to point out a suspect as the murderer.
Ah, I see. Sheriff, the murderer is Lefton. The evidence is the tie, right?
Correct, Detective Sampo. I never thought you'd be able to deduce the truth.
Sheriff, the murderer is right. The evidence is the stool, right?
Yes! For the laughter, how did I fail to realize this formidable intellect of yours?
Then, right from the start, there was no murderer. The evidence is the ring. Whatever, I'm just spitballing here.
Goodness me! Deputy Sheriff, is he really a genius? How could such an unfathomable mystery be solved so easily by him?
Ugh.
Look, Miss Sparkle has given us a puzzle where every single answer is correct.
Why take it so seriously? Miss Sparkle is a masked fool, not a masked genius. If it's a challenging puzzle you want, please go out there and turn right until you get to the Intelligentsia Guild. We're only responsible for providing an entertaining detective experience. Anyway, since our genius detective Black Swan has cracked the case, I will now share Miss Sparkle's next puzzle with you.
So that's it? This is just going to go on and on forever? We can't do that.
Hmm.
Then I wish you both the best. Oh yes, if you're not in a hurry, I can tell you the answers for some of the outcomes you never chose.
Was für ein Monster. Er macht Rätsel, wo alle Antworten zur Antwort geben richtig sind.
Just as you said, solving puzzles is all just a cover for something else. That girl is toying with us. What should we do now? Just keep getting led around by her?
Truly, Miss Sparkle is a fascinating person. She seems chaotic inside, but easy enough to understand. Like a performer on the stage or child hungering for attention. This game will be over soon. This time, we're going to catch her.
Ja, und das sind so Gegner, die ich gerade sehe. Oder das sind auch Kommissare.
Miss Black Swan, Mr. Sampo, you're finally here. I am the famed detective of Penacony, and next to me here is my assistant detective. A murder in a locked room has left us all stumped.
As expected, another change in setting.
Yesterday, my assistant and I were visiting the famed artist Miss Sparkle, and we stayed the night. But this morning, Miss Sparkle didn't come out of her bedroom. The butler, Jean-Chen, said that the door was locked from inside, so we ought not to have disturbed her. But Miss Sparkle had never slept in so late. And no matter how hard he knocked, there was no answer from inside. As soon as I heard, I knew something must have happened. So I acted decisively and broke the door down to get inside. The room was covered in spattered blood. Miss Sparkle's body was lying right in the middle, her face white as snow. One look told me she'd been dead for some time. Thinking quickly, I grabbed the artist's canvas to staunch Miss Sparkle's blood, but... alas, poor Miss Sparkle! She's left us now forever! Besides us and Zhongshan, the butler, Lefton the cook, and Wright the driver were also at the scene of the crime. What would you like to do?
Presumably, Miss Sparkle is now carefully arranging the next crime scene, right? Why don't you skip all this rigmarole and just have a heart-to-heart conversation with me? It might tickle a little.
Wait up! Wait up!
Honest kid. I know where you are, Miss Sparkle.
No
cheating!
Huh. Mr. Assistant Detective. You seem to be getting anxious.
No, it's... This locked room murder case is pretty fun. I want to guess who it was.
Let's go. Can't keep a girl waiting, can we?
Hey, Miss Black Swan, wait up! Wait up! Miss Sparkle has one final message to announce. Ding-a-ling! Now comes the most exciting and romantic moment in any drama. The audience challenge. Everyone knows that the mighty masked fool Sparkle can change her appearance to look like others. And in this drama, the villain Sparkle has disguised herself as another character. So then, I put to you, which character is it? Also, if you're interested in the locked room case that the memo keeper ignored, you can try out your powers of deduction. I put lots into coming up with the puzzle, so don't let it go to waste. Thus, the masked genius Miss Sparkle has thrown down the gauntlet. All the clues are in motion. Happy hunting!
Soll ich da?
Miss, why didn't you just do this earlier?
Such a crude approach violates my aesthetics of memory. But as a means to an end, I need to put this aside for a more indifferent process.
The Trash King!
There's no weird, sweet dreams troupe. Nor is there evidence strewn all over the place. We finally caught up with her. But what's that thing? A Bella Boggian trash can? In Penacony?
Hey, dear Memo Keeper and Mr. Coldfeet, you made it. I didn't expect you to skip the final puzzle. That's on me. All right. Miss Sparkle cares not for the faults of ants like me. Come then, this is the final question. Listen up. What creature has 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs at night?
No murder case this time around?
Sometimes it's nice to take things easy. Come on, dear, give me your answer then.
Oh, das ist die älteste Frage
Since
auf
it's a
der Welt.
classic puzzle, the answer is people, right?
Wah, wah. Wrong answer. How could it be as boring as that? The correct answer is Sparkle. When sleepy in the morning, she can't get out of bed. She runs about all afternoon in a fluster, so is exhausted by evening, but has to still raise a hand to hold a toothbrush. Poor Sparkle. So naturally, she's got 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs at night.
Ich bin gerade so mad auf die Mülltonne jetzt gerade, dass ich das Rätsel so vernichtet habe.
What the heck was that jibber-jabber?
What a cute answer.
Thanks for the compliment, my dear. But you can't try to fool me, seeing as you've just tried to cheat. Wrong answer. Accept your punishment.
Destiny isn't chosen.
Die haben einfach alle Dinger Warte. Ist das... Ach so, weil ich ja das Ding benutzt habe.
I have something
Ich muss
for
das mal
you.
so machen und dann jetzt... Nein? Okay.
Perhaps humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Rules are made to be broken.
You won't get away.
Abhärtung der Tonne, ey.
Ill tidings manifest.
Time for an overhaul.
Let's go. Much better.
What do you want to know?
I have something for you.
Ich wollte die Ultimate einsetzen. Oh Mann.
Holy smokes! What's up with this guy? He just came out swinging from nowhere. Huh? No voices? This guy's pretty quiet. Miss, let's hurry up. Flip open the lid and find the girl.
Wait. Don't move. Something's off.
Miss, you killed Sparkle. How is this possible? How can people die inside Penacony's dreamscape? In the Garden of Recollection. What did you do? You did this, didn't you? Killing people in their dreams. Only the Remembrance has the powers to do that. You planned it out all from the start because she teased you and was pranking you. You wanted to kill her. Oh, I understand. You refused to let me go because you wanted to drag me into all of this. If I don't agree, I'll end up just like she did.
There is no death inside Penacony's dreamscape. That's the promise of the family and the blessing of the harmony. Not even a memo keeper can break this barrier. There's no need to take such great pains. If you just want confirmation, I've already told you the answer, Miss Sparkle.
Miss Sparkle? Who are you talking to?
You. Sparkle has disguised herself as another character. Wouldn't that be you, Mr. Sampo?
This? Don't jump to conclusions! If you want to accuse me of being Sparkle, you have to provide the evidence. Oh, I'm afraid evidence is a little too hard to come by. So, deduction will do.
The hint for the final question was a little too obvious.
Oh, you mean the locked room murder? I thought you weren't doing that one.
All the painstaking effort that Miss Sparkle put into it. How could I ever miss it? The key to solving the puzzle lay in two pieces of information put forward by the detectives. First, the large splatter of blood at the crime scene. Second, the victim had been dead for some time. Based on my shallow understanding, I can only draw two conclusions. One is that the murderer did not need to create a locked room case, because a locked room always needs a reason to exist. But, based on the detective's description, this locked room did not delay the discovery of the body. There was no third party at the crime scene to frame, and the blood everywhere didn't look like a faked suicide. That being so, the murderer seems to have no reason for creating a locked room. There is also reason to speculate that if the crime scene was a locked room, then its creator might not necessarily be the murderer. As for my second conclusion, it's even more obvious still. When everyone broke into the scene of the crime, why did the assistant rush off to staunch the blood? A trained professional was somehow happily destroying a crime scene just to save someone who's obviously been dead a while. The answer is simple. It's because the assistant detective is the murderer. At the time, I was in such a hurry that I didn't hear the whole mystery. I tentatively speculated that the murderer had killed the victim the night before, but hadn't locked the door from the inside. And so, when he learned this piece of information, He realized that the victim had created their own locked room mystery. That's why he had to rush to the crime scene as soon as possible, to confirm whether or not the victim left any evidence implicating him. And, judging by his behavior, it probably had something to do with that canvas. Like some final words. Of course, this is just a simple mind game. The answer to the puzzle isn't important. Miss Sparkle just wanted to pass on one hint to me. That the murderer is the assistant detective. Which means it's you, Mr. Sampo. I've been using this term of address, but it was you who first came up with it.
Has anyone ever told you that you're more like a detective than a memo keeper?
In my opinion, there is no difference between the two. Follow ripples along the surface of the water. Use some abilities and tricks to keep diving deeper, and touch that secret deep inside people's hearts. Salvage it, and protect them carefully. The truth does not lie. Neither do memories.
Exquisite reasoning, and very close to the truth. But I have another answer. Would you like to hear it?
Another answer?
The great artiste Sparkle locked herself away in her bedroom, using red paint to create the semblance of spattered blood everywhere. And that assistant detective who was first on the scene, who confirmed her death, was not the murderer, but rather an accomplice who assisted her in faking her own death.
What a pity. Such a pity. My dear, you were so close to the right answer. Unfortunately, the right answer is... Miss Sparkle's body. Sparkle was disguised as Sparkle's body. Ding-a-ling! I won!
Does Miss Sparkle's body even count as a real character?
Why not? Miss Sparkle's body appeared in all 3 of those skits just then.
It's a little bit forced, but it's fine. So, who is this Mr. Sampo, then?
Beautiful lady, I already confessed everything to you earlier on. I really didn't know a thing. I just helped a friend send a letter. That's all.
So I've been running a fool's errand this whole time.
My dear, why so serious? Haven't you been having a great time? I have, at least. You take memories, and I get joy. We get what we need from each other, seeing as we're such kindred spirits, but also such loners. Why don't you come and work with me? Ooh, we can dance ballet together.
Oh? Am I understanding this correctly? A masked fool inviting me to work together?
A show of unprecedented splendor is about to be staged in Penacony. If you're too late to take the stage, you can work behind the scenes. If you want to appreciate this drama, you have to stand up under that spotlight as you take the stage and watch the dancing envelop you. Come with me. This is the best seat in the house.
I don't really understand why you're so fixated on destroying family barriers. But, as I said before, a memo keeper can't help you. It's frankly above my pay grade. Also, I don't consider you a loner. Oh, I don't mean him, but rather behind you. The one who hired you to come to Penacony probably doesn't want you secretly linking up with other forces, right?
How did you know?
Memory is like the deep blue sea. But if you try to catch 2 fish with 1 cast, you might not be satisfied with your catch.
So, you mean you're refusing? Memo Keeper, did you think you could just leave?
Why not?
My dear, I don't want to scare you. You'll know the answer sooner or later. We're just getting to know each other a little today. If you ever change your mind, come find me at the tavern. That is, if you can find me. Let's go, Sampo? Sampo. Who is Sampo?
This is Bellabug, right?
I said, why not? Don't worry. Such a crude approach violates my statics of memory. So once you leave my sight, you'll be able to remember everything again. And also, I'm sorry, my dear. My dream dance partner? I've already got sights on someone else.
What a special dream this has been. Did you notice its nested structure? Being part of the play inside the dreamscape is as weird and captivating as being in a dream within a dream.
Also, das war schon badass. Einfach Memory erased it and I can do shit to you. Aber echt. Ja, warum nicht? Fertig.
That's the end of Miss Black Swan's dream bubble. Are you satisfied with your experience? I also found this dream suitably fascinating. You've gained joy from it. You've gained joy from it. And Miss Black Swan surely also feels gratified, yes? If we meet again, I will pass your esteemed praise on to her. I noticed that the people in your dream were familiar to you. It's worth repeating that dreams are just dreams. And in Penacony, dreams can be processed, or even tempered. Things in our dreams cannot be trusted, let alone in someone else's dreamscape. If there's any information that you'd like to confirm, please do so by the cold heart of reality. Sweet dream.
Was? Noch nicht zu Ende?
Really? I wouldn't do anything to her.
Don't worry about that, Memo Keeper. Let's talk about my thing. I've helped you out with everything you've asked, as agreed. Shouldn't you give my mask back to me now?
Since when did the masked fools suddenly start respecting agreements? Just kidding. I loved seeing that look on your face. Take this key to the tavern cellar, 3rd barrel on the left. You never saw me. But Sampo, after all this time, what made you suddenly want to take back your mask? This doesn't seem like the Sampo I know. Let me guess. A catastrophe is coming to Urello 6. Am I right?
Well, no comment about that. But I love that line you said. If you're too late to take the stage, you can work behind the scenes. That really makes sense. Sometimes even an old-timer like me feels like taking the stage and making a fool out of myself.
If you're all out of options, please get in touch with me. I'm the kind of person who values friendship highly.
Forget it. You'll be doing me a favor if you stay away from Bellabog. After all, the elation that Miss Sparkle seeks isn't something old Sempo can stand by. Go tell Giovanni I said hi.
Fine, I'm just spitballing here. Don't take it so seriously. Why so serious?
Alter. Ich find's einfach nur so disturbing, das Shampoo with Little Girls, ey. Die Emojis. Es ist Tarnzeit. Tanzzeit. Trophäe gerade bekommen. Schon wieder schwarzer Schwand, du hast mich doch gerade blockiert. So. Anscheinend Story-Mission schon gemacht. Auf das wollte ich nicht. Danke. Lord of...
Become part of the family. Raise
Oh! Alter!
Everything is ordained by the
Ich habe mich gerade voll erschreckt. Ich habe jetzt gerade nicht gedacht, dass er gleich so... Alter, das hat mich gerade...
I have something for you.
Alter! Kollege, ich durch mich gerade so erschreckt eben.
Who invited you?
So schafft man mich zu erschrecken. Das ist ja ohne Vorwarnung ja gemacht, ey.
Time to show you what's in your prescription.
Much obliged.
Ich habe so gerade gedacht, hey, jetzt muss ich... muss jetzt nicht der Kampf beginnen oder nicht oder so? Nur vom Zack, Alter.
Perhaps humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Rules are made to to be broken.
Alter, der ist ja echt aus dem Nix gerade getreten.
It's getting late. Where
20! Wow, das war schon. Wie viel kriegen wir aus so einer Truhe? 5.
Looks good.
Ja, 20 ist schon viel. Um nur den zu Bruch zu kriegen. Und die gehen ja so auf die Charaktere, wo ich auf den einschlage. Uma. Ach so.
Oh,
Ich konnte noch irgendwas grabben bei der. Schon mal gehackt. Okay. Bizarrer Müll. Ach, wir sind wieder hier. Sam? Sam. Ich soll nicht hier so ein Ding sein, weil es hier ist eigentlich? Ja, okay. Nicht, dass er gleich wieder rauskommt, kickt, ey. Ach, okay, ich hab jetzt grad. Okay. Okay. Die kann ich halten, die kann ich halten, die kann ich halten. Ja, ich muss die nehmen. Also, warte. Okay, wir haben 4 verschiedene. Oh. Okay.
time for a buzz. Existence is unity.
Ah, okay, es war auf alle.
You won't get away.
Jawohl.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed.
You won't get away. I have something for you.
Every petal in life's garden, all will be swept away by the wind.
Was? 2 Millionen? Oh shit.
You don't look so good. Good as new.
Stay
What's in your prescription? Good as new. Huh. More enemies. Time for a fun.
You won't get away.
There's more to life.
I have something for you.
Ah, okay.
Perhaps you still don't understand.
Das
Humanity
ist
never
eklig.
conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Yo, holy shit, they're dead.
Time for a fun.
You won't get away.
This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed.
You won't get away.
Er hat so perfekte Kombi mit der.
Some
Hey, what?
value, I suppose.
Ich sehe gerade, die Zeit ist ganz knapp, ich muss schnell machen.
You've got a lot of nerve. I have something for you.
Can I have fun this time? There's more to life. Need a doctor? Vitamin!
So this is the warmth of life. Time for an overhaul.
More. Some value, I suppose. Existence is unity.
So viele Gegner wie möglich noch. Zum Glück habe ich Beile genommen.
life's scar, all will be swept away by the wind. Perhaps you still... Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Can I have fun this time? Time for a fun.
I have something for you.
Danke. Was war das bitte? Wie viel Bruch hat denn der bitte bekommen?
Eternal. Let me tend your wounds.
Oh, das war dumm
More
gerade.
enemies. Time for a fun. This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed.
You won't get away.
Ah, der kriegt ja Bruch auf jedes Element. Das war ja mit
There's
der...
more to life. Can I have fun this time? Time for a fun. Good as new. Some value, I suppose.
So, Frostlamento und Frostlamento. Ich weiß ja, wie die ticken.
You won't get away.
There's more to life.
Oh, shit!
Every petal and all will be swept away by the wind.
Existence.
Ich schaff das noch in den 60 Minuten. Moment. Glaube ich später.
Much obliged. Perhaps you still... Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
won't get away. You took the bait.
Yo! He's dead.
More enemies.
So, letzte Runde. Ich gebe den jetzt, weil ich glaube die eine macht mir diese Dinger weg.
Time for a fun. Some value, I suppose. Eternal.
Aber warte, jetzt
This
kann ich.
combat needs optima.
So.
This is double speed. You won't get away.
I have something for you.
Tschüss.
Can I have fun this time? Time for a fun.
Time for an overhaul.
Oh, sie auch?
Every petal in life, all will be
Wie viele Bosse muss ich da
swept
jetzt
away
noch
by the
bekämpfen?
wind.
Zum Glück kriegt die das jetzt ab.
Perhaps you still don't. Humanity never conceals its desire to
So
control the
direkt.
heavens, and I'm no exception.
You took the bait. There's more to life.
Kann ich nicht. Ich konnte nichts anderes machen dann. Boah, Alter, da muss man ja bei jedem Ding da drauf schlagen, ey. Aber es war fun. So Leute, das war jetzt diese eine Mission. Ich hoffe, es ist euch gefallen. Ich muss jetzt schnell machen, bevor ich nicht so viel schneiden muss. Und ja. Wir sehen uns nächstes Mal in einem Stream, weil jetzt keine mehr Story-Missionen drin sind. Ciao. Also wenn ich jetzt nochmal spiele.